What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Duran, and we're here to talk more Celtics basketball as the Boston Celtics have finally returned from their All-Star break, and we'll finally get to see them against the Brooklyn Nets on 7:30 TNT primetime basketball. And this is going to be a really good game, a good showdown between two of the top East elites. And even though Kevin Durant will not be playing in this game, the Brooklyn Nets have looked just ridiculous. They have looked really good, and I have to give them credit. I didn't think the James Harden thing would work. Just the way he played in Houston, just from the system he's come from, you didn't think that he could be able to sacrifice and do all the things that he needed to do to really make this work. And you know what? James Harden came in here and made it work. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Even though they're not going to have KD, they will have Blake Griffin in this game. You know, the Brooklyn Nets are playing at a very high level on offense. Their defense is still not there yet. It's still not there yet. And DeAndre Jordan looks horrible. DeAndre Jordan looks like someone froze his knees and he's walking around with just the knee stuff. He looks like how would you say, a mannequin? Like, he just looks frozen. Like, he just looks old and frozen, and he can't jump. He can't move side to side. He looks awful. As far as Blake Griffin goes defensively, he's a little bit better. And you want to have Blake Griffin as when you match him up on guards, okay, he's going to get cooked. When I saw so much footage of him getting absolutely roasted in Detroit when he was switching to a guard, because he would go into this drop coverage where he'd back up and try and catch players. He wouldn't try and get up on you because he knew you would go around him. And that's where you talk about Blake Griffin as a decent defender. That's why I kind of wanted him to join this team, on our team, the Boston, because I thought he was at least a decent defender still at that. He's still a contributor. He's not this star. Of course, the names and all that thrown out there. I actually have an argument that Blake Griffin could hurt the Nets if anything. If anything, he couldn't hurt the Nets because he's just not the same player defensively, and I don't think he fits them stylistically, to be honest. I think that Blake Griffin is a player that needs to play in the post, and he doesn't want to do that anymore. Now, I don't know if he was either playing horribly to get out of Detroit. I don't know. I have to see Blake Griffin play, because we've seen too many players do the old okie doke where they look washed, they don't know how to shoot, they don't know how to jump, and then they get traded to a contender and they can do all these things. They magically have this athleticism. Like, same with James Harden. He magically lost 30 pounds. He knows how to play. He's not low to the ground anymore. He can move. Like, we've seen the old okie doke from these guys where they just don't look good with their primary team that they want to get off of. Then they go to these contenders and all of a sudden they can play again. So with Blake Griffin, I just don't know quite yet, but honestly, in my opinion, I don't think he'll be a factor with the Brooklyn Nets. I think he's just one of those players that'll get lost in the shuffle. And that's just in my opinion, along with DeAndre Jordan, another player that'll just get lost in the shuffle. Nobody really serious. Now, in this game, what I'm looking for Boston is just more consistency. What we've seen these past 4 games and what they're winning, they have started to build rhythm. The offense looks fixed. And major breaking news, by the way, Marcus Smart will be playing in this game. Marcus will be back. So we'll actually have our Eastern Conference Finals starting 5 back together. Finally, after a while, I think they've only played about 38 odd minutes together this season, but we'll finally have them back. And that is a good thing. I finally get to see this team at full health back together. So going back to what I originally said, the defense, we need to work on the defense right now. And having Marcus back, having our defensive anchor, our captain back, it should help. It should remedy some of the issues, the communication breakdowns that we're having right now. It should remedy some of those issues. But overall, we have to play harder on defense. The offense is fixed, in my opinion. The offense is fine. And I want to see this team play with a little bit more consistency on offense on the road. I would love to see how our offense travels on the road. At home, we play way better, in my opinion. I feel like I don't know the numbers. I haven't looked them up. This is just me going off the top of my head. At home, our offense looks fine. I do want to see the offense travel a little bit and see how they play. But this defense also, I want to see them take it to another level. And I think Marcus Smart will bring that in this game. I do. Because the Brooklyn Nets are a high-powered offense and you got to get stops. But then again, the Brooklyn Nets have a horrendous defense. If we can get stops and keep pace with this team, we'll win this game. The Brooklyn Nets, in my opinion, have the worst defense in the NBA. They do. And listen, they've shown flashes of putting it together. I give Brooklyn Nets that. They've shown flashes in different games of putting it together. But unequivocally, right now, the Brooklyn Nets have the worst defense in the NBA, in my opinion. I don't know what the numbers say. I don't really care. From what I see, they're the worst defense in the NBA, and it's all because DeAndre Jordan is terrible. And I mean, honestly, it's because DeAndre Jordan is terrible. Joe Harris is not good on defense either. Kyrie Irving is a joke on defense. James Harden is actually a good defender, so I won't even put that out there. But 4 of the 5, they're not good. I mean, well, you're not even talking about Kevin Durant. We'll talk about the sub that'll be there, and it'll probably be Blake Griffin that they'll have playing, or Jeff Green, whoever they have there. They won't be good enough to help remedy the big issues that Brooklyn has on defense. So for the Celtics to win this game, they have just got to keep pace on offense. Just keep pace and get stops. They have to find a way to get stops. Keeping pace is easy because the Brooklyn Nets are just horrible on defense. I don't even know how much I have to emphasize that. That's the easy part. Getting stops. We had to figure out a way to get stops. And in my opinion, you have to take away 2 of those guards. You have to take away either James Harden or Kyrie Irving, and I feel like the easier option is Kyrie Irving. That's my opinion. The easier option is Kyrie Irving. Well, this will be a big test for Marcus Smart to come back to, and I'm glad that he's up for the test and he's ready. He's pumped to come back. This is a big game. This is a big statement game. I'm really pumped. I'm really pumped to see the Celtics back at full strength. I want to see our Eastern Conference Finals starting lineup back together. Like, I just want to see us. We need to be back at full strength so we can really gauge this team and really figure out who we need to add. You know, it's easy for us to say, you know, I want to add Harrison Barnes. It's easy for me to say, I want to add Vucevic. It's easy to say that, but we got to figure out whether these guys, what player will be the most productive on this team? What do we need right now that can help us right now? You know, we add Vucevic, but is that a lateral move? And what I mean is, how much better does that make us right now? I'm not gonna say, you know, because Tice isn't horrible, but how much better is Vucevic than Tice? Is he? Yeah, I know Vucevic is better, but how much better? Like, how much to the next level does that take us? Is my real question. You know, even I don't have the answer to that. How much better does that make us? So this will be a great way to gauge that. That when we get the starting five together, this will be a great way to gauge that. As I said, I think we're going to win this game. You know, it'll be fun. I can't wait to get the recap out to just see where we're at. Hopefully win this game. We should win this game with Kevin Durant out, and we should come out here and really make a statement that we are here. We're still contenders, and we're going to punch you in the mouth. It's simple as that. As always, guys, I have nothing left for the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.